Hello, and thank you for joining me, Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. Let's sit back a little bit. So we're in the summer solstice time now. Midsummer's Day is coming. It's the 20th of June today. So I thought I'd do a little talk on the summer solstice, Midsummer's Day, and do a few cards for you as well. Get it all rolled into one. So I wrote a little blog, so I'm going to read out to you what it is. Now, normally, summer solstice, we'd be heading off to Stonehenge. That's where we've been for the last few years. Let me read what we've wrote, otherwise I'm going to repeat myself there. And if you can't notice, I've put on some yellow. I've got some yellow ready for the sun. Summer solstice marks the end of the spring and the start of the summer. As a pagan spiritualist, or spiritual pagan, whichever way you like, I like to celebrate each Sabbath, and this is one of my favourite, along with Beltane. The last few years I've been lucky enough to have gone to Stonehenge with my witchy friends and enjoyed private ceremony. We're super lucky we've been able to get, because we're part of a group, we've been able to have private access. So when everybody else goes at the beginning, like now on the 21st, so they would be heading up tonight normally, ready for the sunrise tomorrow morning, like 4 o'clock. We normally go the day or so before, and there's normally about 100 of us there, so it's quite a large group, but it's amazing. We have all the drumming, and although it is a large group, when there's the normal people that go, when other people go, which is normally tonight, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of people, so you can't get in to enjoy it properly, and you're mixing with all sorts, whereas our one is so lovely and private. We know everybody. Julie, who normally arranges it, part of the half of the Grey Goddess there, she does it so well, and there's normally a reenactment of the Holly and the Oak King there, or something there going on. Last time we had a lovely singer there. We all contribute to it. People can read poems. There's been not a naming ceremony, but something like that. But so each year there's something amazing. But this year, sadly, we've missed out on it. But it has been fantastic. And on my blog, where this will go, I will be putting some pictures up of the last couple of years. So if you want to have a look at the pictures of us there, then you can check out my website, www.katemay.co.uk. So, like I said, the last few years I've been lucky enough to have gone down to Stonehenge and really enjoyed our private ceremony set out with our pagan group. As the sun rises, it shines on, bringing new energy for a new dawn, and reminds us of the rebirth and death. The natural cycles of the year. Now, the stones are more aligned in the winter time, the winter solstice, than when the sun rises, it shines through at a particular point. So I think it's more the point that is more there in the winter one. But so the summertime, it's about the rebirth. Obviously, everything is cancelled this year, so I will be celebrating it in my own mystic way. I should be going in the garden with my thoughts, my fire, and my little midsummer magic there. As part of my altar indoors, I will have I've got some certain tarot cards. I should have probably got that for you. So I will be, because I have 2 decks of these. I should have a few decks. So I have one that I work with, and then I have one that I use for my magic work, shall we say. So we will be having the sun. The sun card will be going, and the Empress as well, to bring in the abundance. I don't know if I can find her quick enough. But also, I mean, you can put absolutely anything on your altars. You shouldn't really be told what to put on. Can I find her quick enough? No. You shouldn't really be told what to put on. The altars are yours, your intent. So you can put anything. You can put an orange or yellow fruit pastel if you want. I'm going to have a yellow candle. I was given that today. I went to a baby shower today, Sagita's baby shower, and perfect candle was gifted at the end. So I should be using that on my altar. I definitely will have some green crystal to represent Earth, Mother Nature, some yellow to represent obviously the sun, anything that's got a bit of sparkle, this is pyrite, anything to get a bit of sparkle is going to win me over, so I'm going to have a bit of that. Green aventurine and citrine are the other ones. And then I shall have some other personal things that I don't share on there as well, but definitely these type of colours I would like. But yeah, you find your own there. So the Sun Tarot card, the Emperor's Tarot card, and if I'm drawn to anything else there as I'm working, I'll pull it up. Might have the Ten of Cups, the Happy Ever After. That's a nice happy summer one. Just found it. There we are. Might pop that one up as well. We'll see what I want to bring in, what my intent is going to be. And you know, online there are so many going on this evening and tomorrow morning. There's so many celebrations where people will be staying up on and recording the sunset. And as much as I'd love to be able to stay awake or get up at 4 o'clock, it's not happening. It's just not happening. So I will, the intent is there. I might wake up without realising it. And if I do, great, but I'm not, you know, it's Sunday morning. I probably won't. So I'll probably be asleep then and just do it in my own way. But the intent is going to be there. Litha is the name given to celebrate at the summer solstice. This is the longest day and shortest night of the year, making the pinnacle of the sun's power to fuel the growing season. From here on, the sun will set a little earlier each night up until Yule in the mid-December. And so we recognise and give thanks for its warmth to help ripen the grains that enable us to be fed all through the winter months once harvest. Although it is celebrated around June the 21st in the Northern Hemisphere and in the Southern Hemisphere it is around the 19th of December, the exact moment of the summer solstice varies from year to year. This is due to a slight misalignment between the Gregorian calendar and the actual rate of the Earth's rotation around the sun. The solstice also occurs at different local times, so depending on where you live, it may fall the day before or after the date listed on any given calendar. For this reason, a date range of June 20 to 22nd is often cited in sources on the wheel of the year, and Midsummer's Day is a few days after. We look at this time as the sun reaches the highest point. The sun god has his full power now, and the goddess of the earth can create much abundance and a good harvest. Now is when we remember what we hoped for in the spring months, focusing on the element of fire to bring everything into fruition. The days are the longest and their nights shortest. Ancient Druids worshipped in oak groves. They would watch the movement of the sun and stars and which mark the turning of the year. Celebrations are mostly done outside in the nature. The element for this time of year is fire, as you would expect from the heat of the sun, the passion, the energy, and the heat. It can all affect us in different ways, both positive and negative, so it's super important to get that balance. And I know we're approaching a new moon in Cancer, and things are very jarred at the moment. Emotions are all up in the air, so I think it's a combination of everything and other planets. In some ceremonies, a stag is called as the fire element, and the talk of the stag in the heat of the chase, referring to the way the stag comes into his own. When the deer are in rut, needing to be mated, the stag is overcome with great need. Control of the herd is fought as he is full of passion. He eats and drinks very little, with only one thing on his mind, his mate. This reminds us of the heated passion midsummer can bring, either full of energy to get moving or too much energy, and it could get wild. Another tradition is the act of the Holly and the Oak King. Once the summer solstice arrives, the Holly King returns to do battle with the Oak King, fighting for supremacy once more, conquering and defeating the Oak King until the winter solstice, where he loses his crown. The battle takes place on the equinoxes, so that the Oak the Oak King is the strongest in the summer, and the Holly is more dominant in the Yule time there. And when we've done our pagan ceremonies, celebrations at Stonehenge, it's the Holly King and the Oak King that has been reenacted on several occasions there. So let's have a little look at what this summer solstice might bring. Now, if I can just click on this again, if I'm lucky, then I'm going to be able to bring up the... I created a summer solstice tarot spread, as one would. So let's just see if I can be quick enough. Stay on page there. New tab. Let's get it on. Okay, so we're going to first of all look at Aries, as we would, because Aries is the first. Squeaky cat flap there. So we're going to have a little look at the summer solstice cards for Aries. If it just does it up quick enough for me. Technology is only good when it works. Okay, summer solstice. So the questions are, what is the summer solstice energy around you now? How best can I receive all that is shining to you now? What is the main focus for the next 6 months? What area in your life is the sun lighting up for you to have a positive change? How can you embrace fun and fulfillment this summer? What creative opportunities will shine now? And the summer solstice tarot message. Now, I'm not going to go through all of that with every sign because I'll be here forever and a day. I'll be here to winter solstice, won't I? So we're going to have just a look at the summer solstice tarot message. So we're going to start off with Aries. If you would like to book your own one, though, if you'd like your own personal one, they are £15 on email. So just text me, send me a message, www.katemay.co.uk, or you can email me on katemaymoderndaymystic@gmail.com. And you can book in your own personal spread. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas that we're looking at there. But we're just for the purpose of this, we're going to have a look at one. So let me take my glasses off so I can get ready. So we're looking at summer solstice tarot message for Aries. Aries, you have the 8 of Wands. Now, the energy around you, this is going to be roughly for 6 months, okay? Because we're in the summer solstice, then we'll move into the winter one come Yule. So the energy around you for this solstice over the next 6 months is busy, Aries, just as you like it. Fast-packed action. You might find that things are up in the air. You might think that things are a little bit too hectic for you. But it's indicating you'll need to grab opportunities. Lots of opportunities will come into your life over these next 6 months, starting from now, and things will settle as they're meant to be. So try not to stress, try not to feel overwhelmed with anything. But it's quick. The energy around you, Aries, is fast. So grab those opportunities as they come in. Travel could start to come in around you as well. Now, whether that's just going back to work and the movement and the motion of things, or whether you're moving house and you're looking to change things there, it could be travel itself if that's coming in. If we're allowed to go back travelling, and if anybody would really want to go travelling. But, you know, this is going to last for a few more months there. But the energy is fast, quick and flighty for you, Aries. But any opportunities that come in, grab them, because they may not come back round again, all right? And there's some really good opportunities coming up for you there, Aries. But blink and you could miss it. So a really, really positive card that fits your element. Fast, quick space, speedy, and a little bit unsettling, but you'll just trust that by the time Christmas comes, by the time Yule arrives, you will feel settled. All this up in the air that you've got at the moment, all this burning energy and this fire energy that's around you at the moment, Aries, will settle down. A little bit of trust there. Now let's have a look at Taurus, the Taurus summer solstice message. Always interesting, as I'm a Taurus. Let's have a little look for what we got. We have the Queen of Swords, Taurus. Now, the Queen of Swords, we're quite good at this. This is talking about we need to stick up for ourselves. We need to be blunt, direct. Tauruses over the next 6 months could find that they're having to clear the way a little bit, especially their mental mind, their mentality. I can't even put it in the right content there. Things to do with communication, things to do with thought process. If things have been going around in your head or there's been mixed up communication, Tauruses, then what this card indicates here is that there's a need to cut the crap, really, get right to the point and be quite direct with it. And we can be quite good at that. In fact, we can be too good at it sometimes. So it's saying don't beat around the bush, but be direct. Now, with this card, Tauruses, you might find you need to detach yourself emotionally so that you can cut to the core with things and deal with situations that need to be dealt with now. So expect a little bit of feathers to be ruffled there. Expect to be sticking up for yourself, but at the same time, it's about clarity. So if things aren't quite clear for you, Taurus, if the things that you've been wanting to set out for yourselves, a foundation, isn't quite clear, you really are going to be clearing the way, and you're going to be using your smart intelligence to be able to do that there. All right, so that's your little Taurus message there. Quite often with the Queen of Wands, Taurus, as your summer solstice message, she could come in, to me it's like the old mother-in-law card, where there could be a little bit of a uncomfortable, let's say, a bit of a battle going on, arguments there. So if there are any arguments, then you're going to need to clear that. But sometimes this will come in the way that it's a female particularly, or somebody coming in your life who is quite blunt, direct, no messing about with what she says it how it is, cuts to the chase with things, and that could be a very important influence around you. And it may be well needed at the moment. It could be well needed around you, Tauruses. So look out for that person that says it as it is more than maybe you do. So let's have a little look at Gemini now, your summer solstice message, Gemini. Temperance card, Gemini. The Temperance card for you is all about patience and balance. So over the next 6 months, Gemini, for yourself, this is indicating that you might need to just do things a bit more slower, do things in moderation, have a bit more patience. Now, it is a major card, so it is indicating bigger things rather than day-to-day things there. But it could also say that you need to be just weighing up things and know that you've got a long way ahead of you, Gemini, so there's no need to rush. You can do things slowly there. For me, this card comes up when there's learning, travel again, studying coming in, higher education could come in around this for you, Gemini. But you're normally smart people anyway, so it could be bettering yourself and furthering that education. But having patience over these next 6 months, and healing yourself as well. A lot of healing might come in around you, Geminis there. But by doing things in moderation, you can really say that you've got this. Let's have a little look for Cancerians, and we're building up to your new moon, Cancerians, which I'll do in another video in a moment. Cancerians, what is your summer solstice message? 3 of Wands. Now, the 3 of Wands is all about planning. It's an exciting card. It's about planning. It's about looking forward. It's about things going your way. So you're in a good position. That looked like the sun there. That you're in a good position to be able to start moving forward and to be able to start looking contently, excitedly about the next step there. Cancerians, again, it's travel, so you might find that as we get the lift of things that you're able to start moving or able to start travelling a bit more there, or at least planning it. Maybe if it isn't actually happening straight away, at least over these next 6 months, planning it. This card is also saying, like, you've done really well there, so pat yourself on the back, and the next part of the phase is coming in for you. 3s, you've got the 1 and the 2 is one set, and then you've got the 3, 4 and 5 is another set there. So you're moving into the second phase of something, Cancerians, for yourself. But this is dying here. This is exciting, but mainly about planning. So really be careful or be on it. Whatever it is that you want to bring into your life, get going with it. Exciting. I always love that card. Okay, let's have a look for Leos. So you're a fire sign, Leo. Oh no, we've got that reversed. Are they all reversed? Did I just pick that up? Oh, they're all mixed. Are they mixed up, or have I just turned that upside down? Oh, okay, I'll let you off. It would have been that way. The whole deck is upside down. It's just me moving it around. Lucky you, Leos. Leo, you're the fire sign, so you're going to have this fire, like Aries, you're going to have this fire, passionate energy coming in. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, aces are always new beginnings, and this is about a financial gain. So there could be some new money coming in around you, or ways of doing things with a practical nature to it. New ideas, but you're going to have to be practical about it. It could be a new job that you're looking towards there. But definitely it's a positive card, and good news coming out of the blue for you. So this could be something that is unexpected over the next 6 months there, where maybe you're just going back to work, so you're able to get some cash back in your life again there. Anything to do with material things, anything to do with the home there, Leos. Fresh start, new energy, and basically would say yes, go for it, because you're going to be in good hands for it there. Particularly if this comes up quite often for me with house moves. So if you've been thinking about moving house or thinking about doing something around the home that's going to need some money, the money will be there. All right, Great card, Leos, for you. New financial gain or new financial investments coming in for you there. Whatever it is, it's saying be practical. Even if we're talking about romance, Leos, this card still talks about being practical with things, okay? New energy coming in that, but keep practical. Okay, let's have a little look for our Virgos now. Virgos, let's have a look at your summer solstice. I'm just turning it around. Summer solstice message for you is the 10 of Wands. I nearly drank that then, but it's this I want. Okay, the 10 of Wands, Virgo. Now this is about responsibility. And as we go, the doors start to open again and head back into the real world, you might find that you have got a lot of pressure. There is a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You could find that you're a bit busier than what you expected to be, but it is saying that actually things are changing for you. So it's saying just keep going, because although you might feel like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders and a lot of pressure, you're actually coming to the end of that. So these next 6 months for you, Virgo, with the summer solstice energy, is basically saying just keep focused, keep going, don't give up, don't look back. You're on your right way. Try not to take on too much more responsibility. Try not to do everything yourself, like you normally would, Virgos. Try and ask for a little bit of help. I think it's going to be a tough year for you, Virgos. I think the whole year is just going to be a bit of a struggle for you. And if it's already started that way, if this weird year has created this pressure for you, it's not going to finish over the next sort of 2 weeks. It is going to continue right up until December time. But hopefully when we have a look at the winter solstice, that will change into something a lot more positive, because it is a 10, so it would indicate that it's going to end there. So keep going. It's not getting worse, I will say that, but it doesn't look like it's going to get much better. But it looks like you've got it, and just stay focused, because it's temporary. So don't lose track of what your goals are, Virgos. And although you have got that responsibility and that pressure on your shoulders, ask your mate, ask a friend, your partner to help. Try not to carry it all on your own there, but just don't add to it. Don't add to it. Okay, so let's have a little look. Uphill struggles there a little bit, Virgo. That's why you need some help. Let's have a look. What are we into now? Libra. What do we have for Libra? The Hierophant card, Libra. Now, the Hierophant card is all about not wanting to rock the boat. So you might find that over these next 6 months that you find you've got a new normal, Libra, and you're quite happy with it. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want any more big changes. You don't want a second wave, that's for sure. And you just want to find some normality coming in there. This card can also indicate where there is education and further learning, particularly spiritually. So you might find, Libras, that you've become a lot more awakened over these last couple of months, that you have had an epiphany, or that you're ready to open and develop. You're awake now and you want to join a group or a class and conform to something now. You're looking to learn and conform. That could be very much around spiritualism because of this card. But if that doesn't float your boat, then there will be something else around you. It could just be a dance school, or it could be, I don't know, a cooking group. Something there where you would be group work would be important for you, Libras. And this card would indicate that you're searching for somebody who can help you, lead you, and take you under their wings so that you can grow and nurture. And over these next 6 months, understand the bigger picture of it all, understand the whys, the hows, but not wanting to have some big changes around you, Libra, trying to keep things as balanced and as normal as whatever they are. If you do come into anything to do on a spiritual level, though, this is very positive for you. Groups, organisations, friendships could be coming around you in a really positive way there. And that learning, that education, that higher learning, and following your intuition within that will be quite strong. Okay, so in some decks that's the Pope card there. I once did a reading for somebody and I said this card came up and I just saw visions of Rome. So, and I said to her, and I said, no, there's a meeting of somebody extremely important with this Catholic or this real strong religious figure, and she said to me afterwards that she was going to see the Pope in Rome. So quite something there. Okay, let's move on to Scorpios now. What is your summer solstice message, Scorpios? The Hermit card. as if you haven't had enough time out anyway. So these next 6 months, Scorpio, you really could find that you're finding out who your friends are, who your friends aren't, and maybe you realise that you don't like people as much as what you thought you did. Maybe you want to just retreat a little bit and take some time out. This card is really good around reflection. So the next 6 months, as things start to move for you, you'll be really thinking about what it is you want in your life, who it is you want in your life, reflecting over things and your hopes and dreams, things that you've put away in a little box. This is going to be the time where you can start to do it. Or to think about it. So I don't think there's a lot of big action coming up around you, Scorpios, I'm afraid, for the next 6 months. It does look like it's a bit more peaceful or quieter, which would be nice. But maybe spending time on your own is going to be important, this reflecting. Be careful that you don't spend too much time on your own, because then you could go the other way and get a bit depressed with that as well. It's not the best card for romance, so if you're single, this card doesn't normally indicate you're going to meet the love of your life, I'm afraid there. But it does indicate that you can work out you, go within you and find out what ticks for you, and release the things that you don't like about yourself or that you want to change about yourself there. Spending time within is the card that the main message of this card there is the Hermit, Scorpio. So I'm just trying to sort of get more and more as I'm talking there. And my feeling is really that you're going to want to protect yourself. You're not going to want to be out there doing it large. You might find that you're quite comfortable with the quieter side of life over these next 6 months. And you might also find that some Scorpios can be a little bit paranoid, so you might find that you are being too sensitive and spending too much time in locking yourself away, protecting yourself. So just remember to get that balance of things there. It's okay shutting yourself away for a little while, Scorpios, but not forever there. You need to get that balance. And if you are feeling a bit low and a bit down, then meditation, finding your own light is going to help you. Okay, for one, I've definitely found that I'm not sure if I like as many people as what I thought around me. I think I definitely want a quieter life. So I might join you there, Scorpios, in that retreating again. Right, let's have a look at Sagittarians now. Sagittarius. Oh, you've got the Death card, Saggy. Now, this is all about change. So these next 6 months for you, very different around the Scorpio there. Sagittarius, this is all about movement, change, one door closing, one door opening. So your message really is having a look around you about what you need to finish, what you need to end. Maybe these last few months you've decided, actually, I'm not really want to do that, I'm not interested in that or this, and now the reflective period is that you're done and you want to move on from things, or maybe changing your job, changing things. This card does bring endings, so it is something coming into your life over these next 6 months where endings are going to happen, but you've got the sun in the background, so that indicates new dawn and that door opening once that first door closes there. So this could come as a surprise around you. You might be aware of what needs changing. You might be aware of what's ending. It could simply be that the end of lockdown is coming and that you're going to be starting work again. Particularly, there is a September, October vibe for this. So for particular teachers there, Sagittarians, you are quite often take the teacher role. So if you are any teachers there, this could just be the natural change of moving into the new academic year in September. And that's where it comes very strong, that's where your focus is. There, or big job changes coming into people. You might realise that you don't like the love of your life anymore after spending 3 months locked up with them, and now that you want to bin them off there. Whatever it is, this is saying it needs to happen. There's a natural destiny connection around it. It's saying it's done, it's finished, finito, time to move on. So have a little look in your life what you're ready to move on from. But like I said, it could be very just simple as my feeling is it's around this work and it's going to be September time for a lot of Saggies. That's my feeling. Let's move into Capricorn. Now, I'm an ascendant Capricorn, and we were talking the other day about ascendants, and really that's where your house 1 is in astrology, and really that's so just as important, if not more, than your sun sign. So when you read your horoscopes, have a look at your ascendant as well. If you're not sure what your ascendant is, then drop me a message. I've given you the details there, but it's www.katemay.co.uk, or email me, katemay, moderndaymistic@gmail.com, and I'll tell you how to find your ascendant. I know Pam Gregory does a free astrology chart, and I'm not sure her website, but if you just typed in Pam Gregory free astrology chart, you would be able to find your ascendant from that. And that's the sign that you would need to look at definitely as well. That's the sign that shows your personality, what other people see as you. It's such an important part, the ascendant. So you have your sun sign and then your ascendant. So they're two super important ones, and your moon sign really as well. So if you know your ascendant, then have a listen to all the information in that as well. So mine's Capricorn, so let's have a little look for Capricorn for the next 6 months there. Lovers, the lovers. Now, the lovers is all about communication and choices. It's ruled by Gemini. So it's choices, communication. It's literally saying put your cards on the table, be open and be honest about things. So Capricorns, over these next 6 months, you might find that you're really working with a partner, working well with a partner, and communication is at its height there. You might find that you've got a lot of choices and decisions coming in around relationships for you there, or that you're just building around your own relationship. You're starting to fall in love with yourself again, and you're starting to be more choosy as who you want in your life at the moment. But there is a strong link to partnerships. So if you're single, this card could indicate that somebody, possibly the love of your life, a real soulmate is coming in over these next 6 months. And there could be some sort of fire and temptation around that. If you're in a relationship at the moment, again, this card has got a strong connection with it. So it could be, as much as we're talking about changes, this could really be Capricorns, that you're falling back in love again with them, or that you've got choices and decisions that you need their help and support with there. And there's this union that comes in with it there. And again, on your other ones, it could be that you're deciding, do I really want to be with them or not? So whatever's going on with relationships, particularly, this is choices and decisions that need to be discussed there, Capricorns, in one way or another. Not for me on a bad one. Me and Mr. Flower, super loved up as always. In fact, if anything, we've probably got closer over the last year, definitely, I think. But over the lockdown has probably brought us closer, and we're quite good at communicating with each other. Okay, let's have a look now at Pisces. Pisces. Am I in Pisces? I'm not, am I? I'm not. I'm in Aquarius. Let's have a look at Aquarius. Missed you out there, Aquarians. For your summer solstice message is the Four of Swords. Check, I did get there. I'm moving them around upside down. The Four of Swords, Aquarians. Now, this is about time out and rest. And my Mr. Flower is an Aquarius, and he has been super, super busy, hasn't had proper days off. He's worked all through the lockdown. So I shall be telling him to rest. This card is about taking yourself out of situations that are bothering you. Anything that's bothering your mind, anything that's stressing you or making you feel overwhelmed or making you feel anxious in any kind. This is saying just take a step back. And that way you're going to come back feeling fully fresh, fully focused. So over these next 6 months, it's not indicating so much that you need to put your feet up totally over these next 6 months, but just be aware of it taking one step forward, but you might have to just take a step back every now and again if you start to get a bit overwhelmed. Your health over the next 6 months, particularly your mental state, is going to be super important there, Aquarians. It is only a minor card though, it's not a major card, so it doesn't have to be anything too dramatic there, so don't stress and worry about what I'm just saying, but it does indicate that you'll need, that there's a need to put your worries to one side if you can, and try and lighten the mood a little bit there. It's indicating that you will need to get the balance. Whatever it is that is causing any problems mentally there, you will definitely need to recoup yourself, get the balance. And I would say not to press on, but definitely to take your foot off and just take a step back if anything is starting to bother you over these next 6 months there. If it's something that you've been working towards and all of a sudden you feel like I just can't do it, then this rest and recuperation says just listen to your body and take that foot off your brake, but you will come back feeling fully energized. So try not to push yourself too much there, Aquarians, with this overthinking that you do, which can cause the anxiety and the problems there. And you've got, what this card indicates is one particular problem. You've got other things going on which you can still crack on with, but this one particular one that is consuming you so much, just put it to rest. But it's there, it's bubbling away over these next 6 months, but you might not be able to do a lot about it. You might have to just focus on other areas for the next 6 months whilst that goes to rest, and then you'll find that perhaps by the winter solstice that you can work towards sorting that one out. Okay, and then now it's Pisces. Let's have a little look for Pisces. So I always think of people that I know when I'm talking about certain signs, and I don't know if that well, it probably would influence it a little bit there. But my mummy always comes to mind with Pisces, but there is a few other people there come into mind. Now, Pisces, your summer solstice over the next 6 months, sorry. This is exciting news. Yippee for you. This is saying that there's a waiting over these next 6 months, but there's travel as well. So you could be looking at planning your holidays or waiting for the news that you can get moving with things. This is such a good card. It's waiting for good news. It's being able to step your foot up the ladder. You can create new things, new opportunities coming in here for you. The world is your oyster. There's a lot more knowledge, there's a lot more power coming in, and the world really is your oyster. So it's saying that you can manifest whatever it is that you want. You've got some great opportunities coming up there, more likely to do with movement, more likely to do with travel there, or working environments where you can expand around you, Pisces, and where you can bring something like elevating your career, your work, so learning, training, improving yourself there to be able to elevate yourself. And if this isn't work, if you're a Pisces that doesn't work, then wherever you can improve your life, wherever things are going to start to look a little bit more rosy for you, you've got some fantastic opportunities there. And you know, for me, this card is literally saying the world is your oyster, and you'll be hearing some good news soon. Twos are always about choice, are often about choices and decisions in the tarot. So there could be, you know, travel opportunities or work opportunities where you've got a choice or decision, but follow your heart, and you'll go far. Either one is going to be good for you though. But you've overcome an awful lot of things, an awful lot of emotional things, Pisces, and there's this feeling of, this elevation feeling coming in around you over these next six months. Pisces are very good at burying their head in the sand, and they can go one way or the other. One minute they can be very, very low and very depressed, and then you've got the other ones that are in a bubble and just sort of floating around life in an unrealistic way and just burying their head in the sand. And really you kind of want to be a little bit more in the middle. But those ones that are in the positive mindset, for me, this is like, oh, COVID, what? La, la, la. Who said that we were on lockdown? I've just been in my little bubble. It's that kind of vibe, which I like. So you might be finding that over these next 6 months that you are in your own nice little bubble, Pisces, to be able to just gently transition into the new things that are coming up there in the world. Okay, so that is your summer solstice talk and cards for the next 6 months, as the general guide for each sign, as the general vibe for each sign there. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. And if you want to book one of those, your own summer solstice readings, and I'll just go through them again. What is the summer solstice energy around you now? Is the first card we look at. Second one is how best can you receive all that is shining to you now. Third one is what is the main focus for the next 6 months. Then what area in your life is the sun lighting up for positive changes. Then how can you embrace fun and fulfillment this summer. Then what creative opportunities will shine now, and then your final summer solstice tarot message. So if you'd like to book your own one, then email me, katemay@gmail.com, or contact me through my website, www.katemay.co.uk. Thank you for watching. Continue subscribing to this YouTube channel, Kate May Modern Day Mystic, for more updates each day. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye. Happy summer.